Live and in charge.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Are we going to get the energy?
Why do you sound so sad?
I don't know. Are we going to get the energy up for actual podcast time?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I think coasters are a good gift.
Yeah, do you?
Like, custom coaster sounds cool. Doesn't that, like,
A custom coaster.
remember when you were a kid and you would make, like, custom pins and buttons and stuff?
Yeah.
Coasters
You
are
make a
that, but
coaster.
for adults.
Do you use coasters in your life?
Yeah.
Good for you.
My coffee table all
Good
the time.
for you. Yeah, that's great.
But we got some cool, like, rock and roll Hall of Fame coasters.
Yeah. So you probably don't need it.
I could make even cooler coasters. What if I had a Hulk
That's
that
true.
says Hulk smash?
Drink rings.
There we go. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, it could be Iron Man and be like, I don't want to see 5 rings here,
Like the Mandarin?
like the Mandarin.
I don't think so.
I don't want to see the Mandarin's 5 rings.
Can you guys see my
on
Christmas
this
tree?
table?
It's very white. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Does it blend in?
No, I
Okay.
can see it. I'm
I'm
looking
just
at
making
it.
Sure.
It's right
I
there.
wasn't asking you. I was asking our friends.
Oh, yeah, it shows up on the
Internet.
screen, kind of,
I kind of turned into Mr. Rogers for a minute there, didn't I?
because you were asking.
Yeah, I
your
was like,
friends.
hello,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep lifting my microphone up and down.
This is weird.
All right, whatever.
Do you want to start this episode?
Do I?
Okay.
Is there any other nonsense thing you want to talk about real quick?
I watched a weird movie last night called The Moon Pilot. It's a live-action Disney movie about a moon pilot. Very little moon, very little piloting. It was more just about a
Right.
nice, like, white bread guy running around being like, "All right, I'm going to the moon,"
All right.
and a very, very French woman following him around. It was strange.
And you decided that's not podcast
Wasn't
material?
very good. Based on a book. So,
All right. This was all podcast. I haven't hit record yet.
oh well.
Okay.
Now you know.
I knew
It's a little bonus.
that
but-
the custom coasters was not for the podcast.
yeah.
Or is it?
Well, I don't know.
All right. We'll see. We'll see how
I hope.
how
I
it
hope
takes
we don't
us.
talk
All right.
about
Ready?
coasters. Yeah.
It's 171. Are you excited?
Yeah.
That's an anagram,
Well, yeah.
right?
Not an anagram.
What's the
but
thing I mean? A
Oh.
hominin.
No. What is that word?
You know, the
Yeah,
thing
same
where
thing, front
moon
and
is
backs.
moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Palindrome.
Palindrome. That's it.
What'd
Yeah.
I say?
Anagram. That's where every letter means something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're trying to
moon.
come up with it. Just stop.
All right, 171. It's a palindrome. Let's do this.
Palindrome, like race car.
What?
Race car.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Or murder.
Or mom. No, murder's not one. Murder makes red rum backwards.
Oh, okay.
Red rum.
Stop
But
it.
this is Christmas.
That's true. Isn't The Shining during Christmas?
It's during winter.
It's not Christmas. It's not a Christmas
I
break.
don't think so.
Okay. Man, this was good podcast
Yeah,
material. I just
I
wasted.
guess.
All right, let's
Sure
record.
did.
Hold
Okay.
on. I think. Yeah, all right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Do you hear something? Oh, it's
It's
whatever
just
that
a
sound is.
boiler.
Okay, here we
It's
go. Welcome to episode 171 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news, and also custom coasters. Are they fun to make?
Jeez. Eric's Christmas list is real boring this year, everyone. That's a little
Yeah.
that's a little insight into
So-
what he's planning to give.
If this was a call-in show,
Yeah.
I would be asking listeners to call in and tell us, is it fun to make custom coasters? And is it hard?
I think it depends on how detailed. You could take We Up for
Yeah.
adult craft classes every month.
Yeah.
So you could just sign up for one and learn how
Have
to
we
make
done
a
custom?
coaster.
Yeah, I guess you could do markers.
I don't think we have done coasters actually.
Yeah?
I'll have to
Hey.
speak to someone about that.
Maybe I'll start a revolution.
I would love it if you would.
Huh.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Good
I
holiday?
guess I'm a little better than you.
Good trip?
Yeah?
Driving around
Yeah.
the world?
Yeah.
All right. I stayed home.
Yeah,
It's
you
fine.
did.
Yep. Had some good food.
Yeah.
A nice Thanksgiving brunch with some pals. That was a
Nice.
good time.
Hung out
Yeah.
in my basement for a while.
We watched. I did try to jumpstart your furnace while you were away.
Yeah.
To save your guinea pig's life.
Okay. Yeah.
We were watching the parade. And we
Uh-huh.
realized we were not hearing any of the music or seeing any of the Broadway things.
Uh-huh.
That's because we were streaming it on CBS, and CBS does not have the rights to that stuff. Only NBC.
Okay.
So we got kind of like. It was like we were just in somebody's apartment who happened to live near the parade, and we were just like looking over their shoulder. So my son loved it because he was very excited about the balloons, but
Right.
the rest of us were kind of like, well,
Yeah.
the music would have been nice.
All right. Sorry, man.
My wife commented on how old the bare naked ladies look, so they didn't need that, but she thought they looked kind of old.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
you know, gravity starts taking effect.
Oh, the band.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
All
that was
right.
good.
I know it was. Yeah. Let's move right into the
No.
bookmarks.
Nick
Have you
doesn't want me
been,
to be all this funny. All right. I'll bring it
No,
down.
I do. I want to.
Well, you mean the band?
Is this?
No,
you
now
going back to
I'm
the
being
bare
the
naked lady- Oh, I
opposite.
see. Okay.
I'm being the
yeah.
opposite.
I don't know. I don't think I like this Eric either. Bring him back. Bring the other one back.
Okay.
Pump up
All
the
right.
jam. All right, you want to open up our bookmarks? See what we've been reading?
Yeah, did you read a lot over the break?
I think I did.
Okay.
I think I did. Mostly graphics, I guess.
Yeah, you were planted.
I was.
I was traveling too much.
You were traveling.
But I've got some reading.
I finished the following graphic novel, Superman in the 50s. This is where Superman is approaching retirement age, and that's Eric's. That's Eric's joke, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
This is Superman comic set in the 50s. It was kind of fun. They picked out some better ones than you typically find. So it was a good read.
Okay.
The latest Archie, the Mark Waid Archie run. Mark Waid also did the intro on my Superman in the 50s, so it's been a Mark Waid weekend.
Yeah, he wrote Superman Birthright.
Oh, that's right. Archie Volume 6 is the latest volume of the new Archie series.
Right. I don't know if you can say new anymore. Volume 6, man.
Yeah.
Getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, right.
So.
It was, I still like a lot of it, but it's verging a little too close to the CW version of Archie, where there's like fantastical things and like murders and things. And
they're fantastical things in Archie
I just
now?
don't want
Riverdale, I mean.
Not fantastical. It's just, I guess, just like super like Melrose Placey, like extreme drama kind of stuff.
Right.
I don't really want that in my Archie. I just want like a goofy, like, what girl's he gonna date? His car doesn't work. Jughead eats food kind of story. And
yeah, you're not getting that in Riverdale either.
I'm not. No, I stopped watching Riverdale because it grossed me out. But I read Green Lantern Earth 1.
Yeah, where'd you get a copy of this?
Earth 1, folks, is a series of DC comic books that basically take a well-known character or team and puts them in a to kind of reimagines their origin. We have several here in the collection.
And I've only enjoyed Batman Earth 1 Volume 2.
Really? You didn't like Superman, the Straczynski Supermans?
No, I guess I just don't like Straczynski's writing.
I straight up love Teen Titans Volume 1, but I don't think you liked that one.
No, that was fine.
And I really liked Wonder Woman.
That one was okay.
The Grant Morrison Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Volume 2 of that is out right now. But I read Green Lantern Earth 1.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. It didn't really do anything for me.
Why aren't you answering me? I asked you on Goodreads and here where you got a copy of this, and you haven't told me, making me think you have a illegal, illicit copy that if you admit on air.
It was Barnes & Noble, their Black Friday thing. They had every DC comic trade paperback for $5 for my Nook. Yeah. For just digital.
Oh, digital. Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
so I
that,
got that, and I got a few other things. But yeah, they do pretty regular sales of good stuff. So that was
in store, disappointing.
Yeah.
So.
And then I read a new 52 Batman and Robin Requiem for Damian, which was also fine.
You kept sending me Requiem for Damian as like the thing to read or on Goodreads, and I kept reading it as Requiem for a Damian.
Oh, for a Damian. Any Damian you want.
Yeah, that's all.
That's fine.
I guess it's like a personal funny thing that when told.
Yeah.
Just
doesn't translate.
Yeah, lands on deaf ears.
2 books. I finished 2 books. When the Lights Go Out by the author whose name I can't remember.
Mary Kubica.
Thank you.
But the R is backwards.
The R is backwards.
Is that for the book, or is that how she actually does it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I found it disappointing. She's basically an insomniac is going through trying to kind of solve some mysteries about her past, but she's hallucinating because she's not sleeping. And it just gets a little like... It would probably be a good short story, but after a while, it was just like, "Girl, go to sleep." It was just,
insomniacs.
It was too much. I mean, it was like we're talking like 8 days or something.
Right,
It's like go to the hospital,
right?
Woman.
Sure. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right.
And then the resolution was
Girl, go to sleep.
The resolution just left me cold. I was
All
like,
right.
yeah, okay, whatever. I guess if you just make up your own rules, that's fine.
Right.
So I would say thumbs down.
So this isn't her like solving a murder.
No.
See, because that would be interesting on this whole like drunk lady witnesses a murder, but is on too much medication and alcohol
Insomnia.
for people to
I
believe.
mean, it's a mystery, but it's not a murder.
How do you know what you saw? You were up for 8 hours.
Then I read Santa Claude, everyone, by Rita Mae Brown and her cat, Sneaky Pie Brown.
Yeah.
I cannot speak of this at this time because we will be featuring some cozy Christmas books on an upcoming episode of the All the Books Show, and I will tell you very much about Santa Claude.
Yeah.
You can still join the book club. We're going to be discussing it in the book club on Wednesday, December 5th.
Has there ever been a scene in a movie where Santa says something really mean to somebody and somebody then goes, "Ooh, Santa's got claws"?
I don't think so, but I hope that's remedied.
Yeah. All right.
I'm currently reading
That's free Hollywood.
Garth of Izar, which is a Star Trek book.
Yeah, I know this is a Star Trek book, but the title still cracks me up.
Good. It's a sequel to an episode.
Okay.
It's a pretty
Dave
good
of
episode.
Izar?
Pretty good episode.
Or Garth of like
I can't remember what it was called, but
Brazil.
anyway.
Okay.
The episode is basically about a captain who goes crazy, and they have a cure for his insanity, and then it's kind of like, is he really cured? And the book just continues that story.
So is that him on the cover then?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Yep. And then Calypso by David Sedaris. I'm listening to audiobook style, but a little bit more somber than a lot of other Sedaris stories. Still good.
Right.
I'm still loving it, but some of them are just like you have to pull the car over, otherwise you'll drive off a bridge. You're laughing so hard.
Okay.
This one is more like interesting,
Right.
but I am enjoying it.
Okay.
Yep. And I think that's it
Oh.
for me.
Okay.
What about you, my good man?
Well, I guess first I'll just mention I saw The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
In the movie, like they say it 4 different pronunciations.
Oh.
Like Dumbledore says Grindelwald,
Hmm.
and then other people say Grindelwald.
What are you
Look,
gonna-
it doesn't matter
You're up.
because I have nothing to say about this movie, for I am not a fan
Yes.
of this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not for me. But I would hope that fans of this would also have some issues with the movie. But it is dull.
Yeah.
There was a scene. Like the movie is just them chasing after each other,
Right.
in the same city,
Right.
and in Paris. And I thought the Fantastic Beasts movies were going to be like, this is Wizard America.
Yeah, well, they certainly couldn't pull that
Yeah.
off with the first one, so maybe they wised up.
But so they're just running around Paris for the whole movie, like, where is everybody? And then they just all end up in a room together,
Huh.
and then
Spoiler alert.
info dump,
Huh.
which is very dull. And I was just like, how did they get here? And what is this person? I'm over Ezra Miller.
Huh.
I'm over J.K. Rowling just killing infants. There were 2 infant deaths in this movie, and I'm like, boy, this is so serious.
Yeah, I know.
Though I like Revenge of the Sith,
Yeah.
and a whole lot of kids get lightsabered in that.
Yeah, they do.
But it was just like nothing happens. Kind of an action scene. See you for part 3 of 5.
Ugh.
Yeah. But again, not a fan, because I did have to turn over to my wife and like, so does this name mean? She's like, yeah, it's this character. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, oh, look who it is. I'm like, I don't know who this is. So I went with my sisters and my mom, and they all liked it except for the wife. She was kind of like,
You keep saying the wife. You've said that multiple times.
yeah. I don't know. It's my
interesting.
thing now.
I guess so.
The wife.
No, the wife.
Yeah.
Look out.
But yeah, I was kind of like amazed by how dull it was. So I don't know. Did J.K. Rowling write 100% of the script for the first one? Because her name was the only one that's in this one.
She
is
wrote the
written.
screenplay for the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Not for the Harry Potter movies, but
Right.
for these. Yeah.
I don't know. David Yates, like the director, he's
Yeah.
very like, he's a workman in that he makes like everything is there.
A workman.
But like, there's just so little, I don't know, style. It just doesn't seem like a place that I would want to live, I guess.
yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
So, but, good on everyone who liked it. It's pretty much bombing in America, but it's being saved by overseas numbers.
Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Do you think, because my understanding is that most Harry Potter fans are kind of like, this is dumb. Do you think that we're going to get 5 movies out of this series?
I don't know. I mean,
I mean, you see him go 3 movies
Yeah.
and then stop with something like Divergent. So
Yeah.
you kind of wonder if 2 movies in, very lukewarm responses.
I don't know. It's bombing in terms of a Harry Potter film.
Right.
So here, but it's
Yeah.
making money overseas. So like that might just be what it does. It's strange. I mean, there's plot
It's
twists.
pretty like ballsy to say it's a
Yeah.
5-movie series before you've like even begun.
I think that's the mistake, because
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
exhausts. Like just saying like we're making Fantastic Beasts. I'm like, oh okay, I'll go see this, and then like and there'll be a sequel. I'm like, all right, well I watched this one, but then
Yeah.
to say like we're making 5 of them, it stops you from wanting to see
Oh yeah.
any of them.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
I mean that was I saw the first 2 Hunger Games, but I didn't see part 1 of
Yeah.
the third movie. I waited until because I was like, I don't need to sit there for 2-hour basically preview.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not the person to be reviewing this, but I did.
No, take it to the Hunger Games. I like that.
All right, I read. I'll get some Harry Potter fans happy by me just talking about comic books now.
Yes,
Yeah,
that will
all right.
please them. Sure.
I read Batman and Robin Volume 5, The Big Burn.
I just read Batman and Robin Volume 4, Requiem for Damian.
Nice.
Requiem for a Damian.
A Damian.
Just kidding. Just
This was fine. It was a retelling of Two-Face's origin, which I don't care for compared to how it used to be.
okay.
But I don't know. I like Two-Face for the most part. So
Yeah.
And I also read some more I've started and read The Tower of Swallows, Book 4.
The heck is that?
I told you last week, Book 4 of The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher.
Yeah. So Yeah. After this, I have one more book left. So it's good stuff. This is the same thing. Knowing I had 5 by the third book, I was like, I don't know. But reading this one,
you back in.
Yeah, it started out well.
Maybe there should be 6 Fantastic Beasts movies. You think?
Well, there were 8 Harry Potter films.
That's true.
What was I going to say about this book? Oh, I was talking to my wife again, not the wife, my wife.
Talking to the wife.
I was talking to the wife, and
Hashtag Kendra.
hashtag Kendra, and I was telling her, I'm always, whenever I'm reading these, I'm always like, I wish these were better. But then when they're over, I wish I was still reading them. And then like I have warm memories of reading them. So I don't know. They're kind of dry.
Yeah.
Their writing style is so weird, but like it's comforting to be reading them.
Well, I mean, I can think of, I don't want to tick off Harry Potter fans, so I won't be specific, but I can think of other long-running series where I really enjoy the characters in the story, but the writing is not pulling me back on the basis of itself. So you're reading it, you're kind of like, okay. But then, like, the story is actually very interesting and intriguing. Yeah. So,
all right.
Maybe you're experiencing something along those lines.
Maybe.
Side effects include, just kidding, there's none.
Go on.
I don't have any.
Diarrhea and death.
Whoa.
Well, it says dysentery.
The two most common.
Yeah. And hey, this isn't a book,
okay,
but I talk about this enough that I feel like I should bring it up. I got the new Jurassic Park game, Jurassic World Evolution. Yeah. It's basically just a theme park simulator. You're just building your own Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And I'm only on the second island of 5. What the heck?
Wow.
But I've already opened up the third island to go to, but I'm staying on the second island so I can 5-star it and also just make more dinosaurs.
Wow.
And I got up before Kendra.
Yeah. Hashtag Kendra.
Yesterday morning, I was like, I'll just play a little bit before she wakes up. And then it was 7 o'clock at night. And I'm just sitting there like, more Triceratops, more Edmontosauruses.
Wow.
I mean, it's...
Hey, let me ask you this. Yeah. Did you see that there's a new Jurassic World Lego special coming out? Like a new story?
Oh, that's fun.
It's going to like be on TV?
Oh, that's fun.
You didn't see that?
No.
Breaking news.
I wanted to bring this up to you specifically because
I'm ready.
Jeff Goldblum voices Ian Malcolm in this.
Ooh.
And like he does not phone it in.
Really?
Even as he's just talking about like a silly plot and like game mechanics. Yeah. He's just in there.
I love it.
So he's like,
I can't even
you're going to
imagine.
have to make a burger stand and deal with prices. People are going to come in 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. But no, he's delivering.
I can't imagine him phoning it in.
No, he does not. So like every time he says something, I'm like, oh, Ian.
Yeah.
So that's it.
These creatures were here before us.
Yeah. He says that stuff.
That's cool.
It's great. So anyway, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, you gonna wake up?
You got anything? I'm awake, baby. I'm awake.
Okay, just because you said baby at the end of a sentence, that doesn't mean you have the energy.
Okay. I got it.
All right.
I got it, baby. See, I said it twice. Yeah. I said it a second time and it helped. Do you have anything on the list that you want to read?
On the list?
Yeah, I mean, is there something that you're like, you got to get to this next?
Well, I need to either... Is it next week we're talking about the Christmas books?
Pretty soon. We're coming up on the Nutcracker, yeah.
Yeah, so I got to read the...
Christmas pie murder?
Christmas cake.
Christmas cake murder?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then once I finish this Witcher...
Witcher.
I don't know. I was going through my Kindle, and I have a lot of books just on there I need to read.
Yeah.
So Amazon was having like a big Kindle book sale, but it stunk.
Oh.
Just nothing.
Oh,
so
too bad.
Yeah. If I wanted to read... I don't know.
Like I know you. I know you're tired of hearing me promote library services to you, but
that's true.
Overdrive and Libby. I mean, you can get pretty much anything you want.
Yeah.
So
yes, you can get a lot of stuff
for free
off Overdrive
with your library card.
That's how I read the Darth Bane's trilogy.
That's cool.
Just all of them.
I want to get the David Sedaris book on Libby, but it's very popular. Yeah. But they just bought several more copies, so
hey,
I'm pretty close to the front of the line. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so we turned it over to some book news.
Yeah, Nick was killing time because we don't have any advance notices.
I wasn't, but now that you pointed it out, I feel obligated to do so.
Kill some time.
By telling you a long childhood anecdote. Actually, first, I think it was a dream that I had. Just kidding. Everyone hates that.
Yeah.
Tell me what's on the New York Times bestseller list. You know what? Maybe you could do 2. Maybe you could do the bestseller fiction and maybe like young adult or nonfiction.
For everybody watching this video, that means there will be no pictures for the second list.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Let's start with the hardcover fiction. So this is the hardcover fiction for adults. So kids out of the pool. All right, number 10. Nick's not tired of hearing about this. Where the Crawdad sings. Wait, are you?
A little.
You are tired about it.
I don't know. I mean, that's the ladies who live in the marsh.
You were so happy.
Marsh lady.
You used to laugh.
Well, it's funny.
It used to bring like joy to you.
Yeah, but I think it got off the list for a while, and now it's back.
It did, yeah. So
Christmas.
maybe. Well, anyways, it's at number 10. You're right. It was on the bottom. The things that dropped. The Noel Stranger by Richard Paul Evans. I would have thought that stayed longer since it's Christmas.
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
Christmas time, anyway. And Clive Cussler did not stay long. Debuting at number 10 is at number 13.
Yep.
Anyways. Oh, dang it. I was going to make the list again of the next person you meet in heaven, which is by Mitch Albom at number 9.
Yep.
Darn it. I had it. I told myself, sit down on the list. It was going to be hilarious.
Yeah, Phyllis Diller.
Next week.
Warren G. Harding.
Yeah.
Sonny Bono.
Uh-huh.
Raquel Welch. And William Henry Harrison.
All right.
So
very good.
Interesting list.
Mine was going to be a little bit more. Well, I'll save it for next week.
Probably.
Anyways, it's going to be even better.
Yep.
Stephen King is at number 8.
No, he's still. Oh, okay. I thought you.
Yeah, he's one of the people you meet in heaven.
Number 8.
Just the part of him that died when he got hit by the car.
Oh,
it's still there. He's been living in 2 worlds.
Yikes.
So,
wow.
And when he does die for real, one of them will have to kill the other one for real.
Huh.
So.
Yeah, I'd read it.
Yeah, that's a Stephen King book right there.
It's got to be better than Elevation.
Oh. Yeah, my wife, she almost bought this. She's like, this had good reviews, doesn't it? I'm like, nobody has said that. So, warning.
Well, maybe people will. I don't.
Have you heard any?
No, I don't think I've heard anything at all about it.
Yeah.
Other than my own review, which was like, whatever.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Yeah, you weren't kind to it.
You can't say that it was long.
Number 7, Dark Sacred Night by Michael Connelly. Detective Renee Ballard teams up with the retired detective Harry Bosch, who is working on a cold case.
He's getting too old for this stuff.
Is he?
Yeah, he's old. At this point, he's real old. Yeah. It's like retired. Yep.
Okay. Number 6 is Every Breath by Nicholas Sparks.
Every move you make.
Difficult choices surface when Hope Anderson and True Walls meet in North Carolina's seaside town.
Was it Steel Magnolias with these names?
I did once call a pizza place and ask them if they have a pickup pizza for Tom Walls. And they said, no, we don't have any. We don't have a pickup for walls here. I'm like, you don't have any walls there? And they said, no. I'm like, then how's your ceiling standing up? And then I hung up.
That's pretty good.
And it was the greatest moment of my life.
That's pretty good.
So.
My friend Dave called a hardware store like 20 times over the course of several days asking for like Dr. Miller or whatever it was over and over and over again. They're like, no, there's no Dr. Miller here.
Right.
And then after that, when they were all like geared up, he called back and was like, oh, this is Dr. Miller. I'm just calling for my messages.
That's pretty good.
Oh, Dave Richardson. Shout out to Dave Richardson out there.
That's a pretty solid one.
Pretty solid.
That's borderline.
We had some good times, me and Dave Richardson.
That's borderline Jim from The Office.
That's pretty good.
That kind of commitment.
He's got a devious mind.
Yeah. Number 5, 9 perfect strangers that you meet in heaven.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't know where you meet these strangers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Leanne Moriarty, a romance writer, becomes fascinated by the owner and director of a health resort. So
this, speaking of
so
not
you
getting
grow your
good
own
reviews,
cucumbers.
I don't think I've heard anything good about this Leanne Moriarty book either.
Yeah, my wife, Kendra, hasn't finished it yet.
Hashtag Kendra.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and she devours all things Leanne Moriarty. So
yeah, she's a big fan, and this one has not yet.
That is telling.
Yeah. Would you prefer that every time I talk about her like I'm a thought bubble in a Stan Lee comic book, where I'm like, my wife, Kendra, the Invisible Woman?
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that. Yeah. Kendra's the Invisible Woman?
I don't know.
Is she here right now, Kendra? Kendra. She's sleeping.
She's at work.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
And it's nobody's business. So she's listening to this right now and like, where?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she thinks we're the Invisible Men.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We're just
Kendra.
Yeah. So Ghost?
With Patrick Swayze?
That doesn't lead into anything.
Oh, sorry.
Number 4, Past Tense by Lee Child.
Mm-hmm. As in, those books were good.
Oh, yeah. Tom Cruise was in your movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Jack
Cruise is like, I could get tall. Scientology will make me tall.
Jack Reacher explores the New England town where his father was born. I looked this up last week and I couldn't find it.
Past tense. The New England town where his father was born?
Yeah.
Maybe it's made up.
You think it's just a made-up New England town?
Could be.
So many towns.
It could be.
There's Tewksbury.
Yeah.
That sounds made up, but
Yeah.
it's real. There's Peabody.
Yeah.
You can be from Peabody.
That's crazy.
These are all Massachusetts names.
Do you want to hear a big twist in that book?
What?
Jack Reacher's father, the Witcher,
Oh, no.
from New England.
He's... all right. I don't have anything there.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
I felt like I should have
You
had
didn't
a-
need to say
All
it.
right. Number 3, The Reckoning by John Grisham. A decorated World War II veteran shoots and kills a pastor inside a Mississippi church. Sorry, I'll stop reading the description. Makes you uncomfortable.
I want to read it.
Oh, do you?
That book, yeah.
Okay.
Grish, yeah.
Number 2 is new this week. It's the
Ooh.
one of 2 new books this week.
I'm excited.
Long Road to Mercy by David Baldacci. Yeah, I know. You said you were excited, and I should have told you first.
Ugh.
Atlee Pine, an FBI agent who is haunted by the childhood kidnapping of her twin sister, must choose between protecting her career or the United States democracy. Yikes.
Either her career or the United States democracy.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I feel like that's jumping on an already exploded grenade.
A lot of weight. A lot of weight.
No,
on her
everybody look
decision.
out. That grenade already blew up 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Tiffany, what about democracy? I'm focusing on my career.
Jeez.
David Baldacci.
Okay. Number 1, Look Alive, 25 by Jenna Ivanovich.
Come on.
Sorry, man. The 25th book in the Stephanie Plum series.
That's not even counting the little in-betweeny books with Stephanie Plum. There's a lot more than that.
Itty bitty.
Teeny weeny yellow polka dot.
In betweeny books.
Yep.
All right. When several managers of a deli in Trenton disappear.
How many managers does this deli have?
Yeah. Too many cooks.
You
it sounds
seem like you're top heavy with.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you don't have any support. You got 4 managers,
Yeah.
2 support staff. What are you doing?
A bounty hunter and her detective boyfriend look for clues.
So Boba Fett
Yeah.
comes.
Yep. So 4, well, yeah. So like if you have 2 managers, really you have a manager and an assistant manager.
Right.
3, I don't know what you're doing.
Maybe there's like a night shift manager.
Okay.
Could be like a 24-hour
Sure.
deli.
That's 3 managers.
Yeah, 3.
4? Can you get a 4th manager in there with it making sense?
Well, a 4th, he'd be the assistant manager of the night shift.
Okay.
So you got
so
2
5,
full managers.
5
and,
we're in
and
dangerous territory.
5 is too much.
yeah.
Weekend though, got a weekend guy
A weekend manager.
and a weekend assistant manager. You could have a maximum of 6.
okay. Yeah.
Is
All right. I can
anything
see why
beyond
this would
that.
be a problem then.
Yeah.
Who's gonna run the deli on Saturday night?
We have literally no employees.
Okay. I think I was doing John Travolta and you were doing a Jerry Seinfeld.
Huh.
So, also, I would like to watch a movie of those two.
Those 2 just
Solving
hanging
a
out.
mystery
That
of
would
where
be
the missing
great.
managers
That
went.
would be great.
like, nope. I was gonna do that was Shaggy a little bit.
Yeah, that was like zoinks. I was in Saturday Night Fever.
All right. Sorry for that stupid laugh into the microphone, everybody.
And I'm not sorry for my Travolta as Shaggy impersonation.
Yeah.
I stand by it because
Like,
I believe
up
it
your
was
nose
good.
with a rubber hose scoop. Man, that was dangerous. Nick just
Pretty
took a
good.
drink
Yeah.
during that excellent Shaggy
Yeah,
impression.
You're right.
All right, young adult.
Jinkies. Yeah, let's do
Is
it.
that what you want?
Yeah, sure.
If you're wondering what's on the New York Times bestsellers list for nonfiction, just turn on the news.
It's all political.
Yeah. Number 10, Dry by Neil Schusterman and Jared Schusterman.
2 Schustermans.
Yeah, I guess I could have just
How
said
do I know
Neil
the name
and
Neil Schusterman? Who's that?
he writes some young adult books.
Does he?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean he must, but I
Yeah.
don't know why that's standing out to me so much.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
come
I
on,
read a
I'm
book by
sorry.
him. That sounds right.
Oh, yeah, he writes like Sky and Thunderhead and all that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
All right.
All right.
Lissa and Garrett set out to find their parents who disappeared during a drought known as the Tap Out. So,
You don't have to name everything that happens.
yeah, you do. It's a drought. This is the Tap Out, everybody.
Tap out. Is it a regular drought or is it a tap out?
Number 9, Turtles All the Way Down. 57 weeks on the list.
Jeez.
Yeah. Asa and Daisy investigate a mystery with a reward of $100,000.
I guess I understand people still like catching up on reading it, but there are that many people still buying it, still buying copies of Turtles All the Way Down.
Kids are born every day.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
You're right.
every day a new young adult is
Yeah,
in the world.
created
Yeah.
in a lab.
Yeah. And Jeff Goldblum was like, give them
Query.
John Green. Turtles All the Way Up. Nope. Down. Number 8, Girls of Paper and Fire. That sounds like a dangerous combination. Paper.
If some are made of paper and some are made of fire,
Yes.
paper ones better look out.
Yeah. Lee is, I think it's Lee, Lei, is forced to be a concubine for the king in the Hidden Palace.
I did not expect you to say concubine.
Sorry. Number 7, What If It's Us? 6 weeks on the list by Becky Albertelli and Adam Silvera. Arthur and Ben meet cute at the post office, but what will become of them?
They'll become concubines.
No.
Oh, that's different. Different book.
Different book.
Different book. Okay.
Yeah. Number 11, Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adama.
Why do I
did
know
this
that one?
so
Is
well
that-
before.
Is that part of a series?
It's been here for 37 weeks on the list.
37 weeks,
Yeah.
folks.
Zali fights to restore magic to the land of Orisha. Number 5, Arch Nemesis or Nemesis. I think it's Nemesis.
Okay.
But, 2 weeks on the list. This is Marissa Mayer. It's the sequel to Renegades. And you don't have to live like a... Oh, wait, no. It's Don't Have to Live Like a Refugee by Tom Petty.
Huh. Okay.
So, you don't have to live
Right.
like a
Yeah.
renegade,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Who sings Renegade? Oh, Styx. The renegade that hadn't made a her bounty.
Wow, you screwed up a Styx reference.
Leave me alone.
Wait.
Nova's double life may be catching up to her. So, anyway.
Might be.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Bridge of Clay. Marcus Zusa.
Oh, okay. So this is young adult. I guess I thought this was an adult book.
The Family Saga of the Dunbar Brothers. Oh, this is
Book thief author, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks, have you seen it? I mean, it looks like an adult novel. It's the size
Yeah.
of adult novels and tends to be shelved that way.
But no, Book Thief's a young
No, I
adult
know the
one.
Book Thief is.
Right.
I just thought this one. Well,
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Book Thief is young adult.
Well, okay.
Number 3, Skyward by Brandon Sanderson.
Sanderson.
Yeah. A young girl who wants to become a fighter pilot. Wait, hold on. I screwed up the first sentence.
Okay.
It's not even his first sentence. I screwed up the first part of the first sentence.
Okay.
It's the only sentence.
Okay.
A young girl wants to become a fighter pilot, but will her father's reputation stand in the way?
What is his reputation? As somebody who's not aerodynamic.
I think he might be a renegade.
Oh.
had it made.
Wow, renegade concubine
No.
having a... No.
What?
That would be a damning reputation.
That's true. Number 2, Dear Evan Hansen, the novel. Are you aware of Evan Hansen?
Yeah.
It's a musical.
The Broadway musical, yeah.
It's going on tour.
I saw some of it at last year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade because I still had cable and could watch NBC.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Not
well,
this year.
it's going on tour, and now they've released it in novel form. When one of Evan's letters to himself is accidentally found on a suicide victim, the victim's family assumes that he was a close friend.
Oh.
And number 1, 90 weeks on the list. The Hate You Give,
Oh,
Nick
still up there.
Gunning.
When are you doing the raffle for that?
This week.
This week,
Yeah.
you could win the number 1 book on the New York Times bestseller list, The Hate You Give.
And Nick Stone's, the book you read.
Dear Martin.
Dear Martin, a 16-year-old girl sees a police officer kill her friend. They've shortened the summary. I think they just assume, like, you know what this is about.
Yeah, The Hate You Give. You know.
All right.
What if the summary was just, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of the emojis that's like nodding to the side.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Are you ready to talk some sexy new books?
Yeah.
All right.
Talk soup.
Is that... No, we have an actual theme song, and I would like to hear it.
Okay. There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
he's still got it.
Yeah.
Mr. Ben Lehman. Where is he now? Is he in Japan?
China.
China?
Yeah. Again,
Okay.
I don't know if that's personal information that he wants out there.
Huh.
What if he's on the run?
Okay, and he's single, ladies.
We don't know.
No, I don't know.
When was
I'm
the last
not
time
sure.
you
I'm
chatted
not
with
sure.
him?
I just talked to him on Thanksgiving, and he's doing well.
Is he single?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh.
I think he
right.
would have said if he wasn't.
Yeah.
So
All right, listeners.
anybody
Hold your
interested,
horses.
we'll make a connection. That's all I'm saying. That's all we can do. That's all we
Tweet
can do.
Nick.
Anyway, that steamy intro is about our sexy new book club, which is where Eric and I stroll through our new book stacks here.
Yeah.
Pick out some things that are intriguing. Well, I usually pick out things that are intriguing to me. Do you just pick out things that you think are like going to be popular, or is it like grabbing your eye in particular? Because that's
A little both. I
little
look
both.
at. I don't know. I grab what might look interesting to me, but hopefully will be interesting to the royal we.
So that's a bit of a non-answer then.
Mm,
Okay. All right. Why don't you
not
go?
sure how to answer
Would
that.
you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go first, Nick.
Do it.
Here's my first book. It's called Neverworld Wake. I think this might be the most. I think this might be the weirdest of the books I grabbed.
Okay.
So, and as usual, I got young adult books. Nick got adult books.
Sure did. Sure
So,
did.
But mine have more concubines in them.
Huh.
No.
Interesting.
We should probably stop mentioning concubines. I don't know.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good
All
idea.
right. This is by Mariska Pessel.
Mariska Hargitay from Law and Order Special
How
Victims.
would you say that last name?
Probably Pessel, yeah.
Pessel. The best-selling author of Night Film and Special Topics in Calamity Physics. All right. Once upon a time. Oh, sorry. I'm reading the dust jacket now. Do we still say dust jacket?
Yeah.
Book jacket. I don't know. Once upon a time, back at Darrow Harker School, Beatrice Hartley and her 5 best friends were the cool kids, the beautiful ones. Then the shocking death of Jim, their creative genius, and Patrice's boyfriend changed everything. All right, so Jim has died.
Oh, Jim.
1 year after graduation, Beatrice is returning to Wincroft, the seaside estate where they spent so many nights sharing secrets, crushes, plans to change the world, hoping she'll get to the bottom of the dark question gnawing at her about Jim's death. She suspects that her friends know much more than they ever let on.
Friends, come on now.
But as the night plays out in the haze of awkward jokes and unfathomable silence,
The night plays out.
Beatrice senses she's never going to know what really happened. Then, night fades to morning, a thunderstorm rages, and a mysterious man knocks on the door. Blithely, he announces the impossible. Time for them has become stuck, snagged on a splinter that can only be removed if the former friends make the harshest of decisions. Now Beatrice has one last shot at answers and at life.
Wait.
So begins the Neverworld Wake.
Wait.
Yes.
Time is frozen in this book?
Yes.
Well, now I'm interested. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Give me a little bit of the first chapter
This
here.
is for David.
For David.
You want to hear the little poem at the beginning?
No, I never want that.
Oh, well, sometimes it's all right. Chapter 1. I hadn't spoken to Whitley Lansing, or any of them, in over a year. When her text arrived after my last final, it felt inevitable, like a comet tearing through this night sky, hinting of fate. Too long. WTF. Hashtag not cool. Sorry, my Tourette's again. Oh, my Tourette's again. How was your freshman year? Amazing? Awful? Seriously, we miss you. Breaking the silence, BC. The gang is heading to Wincroft for my B-Day. I shouldn't be reading, like, the texting.
Super hip.
Yeah. Seize the night.
It's my B-Day.
Yeah. Seize the night.
Happy B-Day to you. I wish I could freeze time on my B-Day.
Man, somebody's really having a B-Day right now.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Happy B-Day, Marissa.
Seize the night. She was the only girl I knew who's surveyed everybody like a leather-clad Dyer model and
What?
rattled off Latin like it was her native language. How was your exam? My mom asked when she picked me up. I confused Socrates with Plato and ran out of time during the essay, I said, pulling on my seatbelt. I'm sure you did great, she smiled. A careful look. Anything else we need to do? I shook my head. My dad and I had already cleared out my dorm room. I had returned my textbooks to the student union to get 30% off next year. My roommate had been a girl from New Haven named Cassie, or Casey, I think that's Casey, who'd gone home to see her boyfriend every weekend. I'd barely seen her since orientation.
I feel like time has stopped.
The end of my freshman year at Emerson College had
Voice
just
crack.
come and gone with indifferent silence, usually reserved for a going out of business sale at a mini mall. Something's dark a brewin', Jim would have told me.
Who wrote this?
Marissa Passell.
Well,
So, yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the premise sounds cool, but that writing is not doing much for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know.
You like it?
Not entirely.
I didn't think so.
She's doing too much comparing things to
Yeah.
things that I can't relate to as a 32-year-old.
Yeah.
Man, I'm old.
32. Yeah. 32.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's rough.
It is.
There was something that I just realized.
You look every
day of it,
second
yeah.
that 32.
Yeah. I feel it.
Well, what do you think? Thumbs up? Thumbs down?
I think there are certain people who would like this, and we didn't get to the mystery. I'm sure there will be a chapter where it's like, here's what happened, and we'll be
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
And then
you're
you want
like, stop everything.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah.
That's a dated reference.
It's rough when you open it with teens just texting each other.
Yeah.
You're like, oh boy.
And do teens? I mean, that seemed like early 2000s kind of texting.
I mean, they were
to
in
me,
college.
but-
I don't know. I haven't texted a teen in
Yeah,
many
well,
years.
That's probably for the best.
Since I was a teen. Actually, I didn't have too much. I didn't have a phone that could do a lot of texting. So even as a teen, I wasn't texting. So I didn't really start texting until I was in college. And by then, it's all
Agreed.
business.
Me too. Yeah,
So-
I didn't start texting until college.
Yeah.
I remember when I got my
Barely.
first text, I was like, "What is
Yeah.
this?"
I didn't get an iPhone until after college.
I don't have an iPhone.
What was it? I was 25. Oh, that's what was making me feel old. The Stay Alive 25. I was thinking back to when I was 25.
Yeah.
Can't even.
You can't.
It's too long ago.
Can't even think of it.
Mist of time. It's lost.
10 years ago for this guy.
When you were 25?
When I was 25. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Eric chose a nice, interesting, high concept one.
Uh-huh.
I
I
chose
assume you did the same.
a novel based on a series that went off the air about 25 years ago. This would be Murder, She Wrote, Manuscript for Murder. Now, it's no secret to longtime listeners that I've read 30 of these books, probably.
Yeah.
Not ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because I'm ashamed.
No.
Proud of it.
You're getting kind of aggressive about it.
Picking this one up now because they have been written by Donald Bain since
Who is
the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. Donald Bain had some hits of his own, and then he took over, or he started writing the Murder, She Wrote series.
Any hits I would know?
Coffee, Tea, or Me was a big one.
Octopus's Garden?
He didn't know. That's Ringo.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Ringo Starr. It's a Beatles song.
Right.
It's from Abbey Road. This is a new book written by John Land. I guess he has done some with, he did at least one with Donald Bain, but totally new author taking over this series. And this is about, 40 books in.
Well, if he's anything like Jessica Fletcher, he probably needs a break.
Probably.
So.
Yeah. So this is, I guess I would classify these as cozy mystery.
Yeah.
It helps if you're a fan of the show, but I don't know. I enjoy them. I like them.
Yeah.
I put one on the book club list, and everybody was like, "You're a dumb idiot. Don't ever read these books."
Here's a
again."
question.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote reboot.
Yeah.
So you cast somebody.
They were going to do it with Octavia Spencer, and then they didn't do it.
Oh. How old is Octavia Spencer? As old as...
Well, Angela Lansbury has looked the age she is now since 1948, so
Okay,
it's
yeah.
hard to say.
It's me. Is that a spot?
Murder, She Wrote, Manuscript for Murder. From the back cover, when I thought about it, no, I don't like that. All right, from the inside cover. Jessica Fletcher has had plenty to worry about over her storied career, both as a best-selling novelist and as a part-time sleuth.
And a board game character.
But she's never had any reason to doubt her longtime publisher and trusted friend, Lane Barfield.
Lover?
When mounting evidence of financial malfeasance leads to an FBI investigation of Lane, Jessica can't believe what she's reading.
Oh, no.
So when it appears that Barfield has committed suicide, Jessica takes on the task of clearing his name. Sure enough, Jessica turns up several inconsistencies in the case against Barfield, as well as signs he might have been murdered. Jessica knows something is being covered up, but what exactly? At the heart of her investigation is a manuscript Barfield had intended to publish, after all other publishers had turned it down. The problem is the manuscript has disappeared, with all traces of its submission and very existence having been wiped off the books. Now Jessica Fletcher must freeze time with her texting teenage friends. Sorry. That's not true.
Okay.
Jessica's search for answers immerse her in a shadowy underworld and puts her on a dangerous path that leads all the way to the White House. Jessica, don't go. With her own life now in jeopardy, Jessica refuses to back off and sets her sights on uncovering the truth behind what lies in the pages of the mysterious manuscript, as well as the identity of the person who penned it. But will she close the book on the case before the killer can write her obituary?
Yeah. That summary's longer than these books.
It was pretty long. I realized halfway in that in for a penny, though. That's what I always say.
And Jessica Fletcher. She coined it.
She did.
Yeah. Way back in the beginning of time.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Would you like a little bit from chapter 1?
Yeah.
You are obligated to say yes.
It's true.
Chapter 1.
All right.
Of Manuscript for Murder.
Murder, She Wrote.
What is the most fun you've ever had killing someone? I've been asked just about everything at book events, but that question was a first. I looked out from behind the podium at the woman who posed it and found it wasn't a woman at all, but a girl who looked to be in her teens. Maybe she's about to freeze time.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Is this the book series that had a USB as a plot device and nobody knew what a USB was?
Huh. I don't think so.
Because I thought Kendra, my wife, the Invisible Woman, was in the
You're
group.
right. That's Nashville Noir. You're right.
Yeah.
You are right.
I think a USB can.
Yeah. Good going.
Okay.
Good going on that.
Yeah, you don't want to see texting in these books.
Anyway, this teen girl asking the question. She was chomping down on some gum and holding one of those energy drinks. This one colored aquamarine of all things. What flavor was that exactly? Maybe I'd ask her later. Well, I've written so many books, I said, still forming the rest of my response. Let's see. Drawing a blank, I thought I'd try a different approach. The first thing that comes to mind isn't actually from one of my books at all. It's from a story written by Roald Dahl called Lamb to the Slaughter.
That's a non-answer right there, too.
It is. In the back row, Seth Hazlitt and Mort Metzger, who'd made the trip from Cabot Cove to New York to help celebrate the release of my latest book, started bowing invisible violins, knowing what happened sometimes when I got off on a tangent at these things. I pried my eyes off them and turned my focus to the teenage girl who'd posed the question. I mean, that's not super strong. Yeah. It feels like the other books in the series feel. It's not like a huge tonal change.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to win anybody over to the series, but I mean, it'd take you about 2 hours to sit down and read this book. So if you're curious, if you like a good mystery that's not like grisly or violent and stars an elderly Angela Lansbury, then
yeah, sure.
May I recommend Manuscript for Murder by Mr. John Land.
Yes.
Take it away, Eric. What do you got next?
I'm just thinking about what would happen if they wrote texting in that book.
If they wrote texting in that
book.
Like,
my dearest Jessica.
Oh, laugh out loud, Rowena.
What on earth is happening? Ta-ta for now.
Thank you. That was Tigger texting that last bit.
Yeah. Okay. That wasn't me saying like you do on podcasting. That was me saying okay, but with my New England drawl.
Huh.
So everybody can relax. All right. I'm not going to find it on the computer. I'm going to find it next to me. I lost the book. All right. This one is called We Regret to Inform You.
I like the title.
Do you?
I'm already in.
Okay. In for a penny.
Yep.
Out for a pound? In for a pound.
In for a pound.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically if you've committed a small amount, you might as well go the distance. That's the meaning behind the saying.
Okay.
If you weren't sure.
We Regret to Inform You, An Overachiever's Guide to College Rejection, a novel by Ariel Kaplan, or Ariel Kaplan.
Huh.
I went to college with a girl whose name was Ariel, but she went by Ariel. Yeah. It was a Little Mermaid. So, real bad at math.
Really?
Little Mermaid, yeah.
Huh.
Not something they use under the sea.
No.
So,
no, but you want Thingamabob? She's got 20. No, who cares? No big deal.
Right. Hey, read that name for me out loud so I don't have to tear it apart.
Misha Abramovicius.
All right, Misha Abramovicius should have been a shoo-in at colleges. So when the rejection letters start rolling in, it comes as a nasty shock. Not just the Ivies, not just the middle-tier state universities, but every university turns her down, including her loathsome safety school. What's an overachiever with no future prospects to do? Pretend everything is fine, of course. Misha lets her family and friends believe she was accepted, oh man, that's sitcom material right there. While internally dying 1,000 anguished deaths and launching a covert investigation to see if someone tampered with her transcript. Her arch rival Meredith Dorsey. Being the prime suspect. I bet Meredith didn't do it, and I bet she's always been kind of jealous of Misha. So
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, with the help of her best friend and sometimes crush Nate, and a team of eccentric hacker girls, she exposes secrets.
Hacker girls.
I
bet they know what a USB is.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she exposes secrets that could shake the quiet community of Blanchard High to its strictly brick foundations. But what she discovers within herself goes deeper. After all, she's been Misha Abramovicius' star student for as long as she can remember. Take away that label, and who is she? I see your socks are still on.
They're on.
This book has yet to rock you.
Yeah.
For my parents. The book is dedicated to her parents.
To her parents, yep.
Chapter, already we have a twist here. Oh, so it's actually a prologue. It's chapter one. It's chapter half.
Chapter half.
But I think that's a prologue.
You know what? Paul Reiser's book, Couplehood, starts on page 48, so you can feel like you have a sense of.
Oh, that's funny.
Very Paul Reiser. Hey, Paul.
Yeah. Do I start at chapter half?
Yeah, give us a little chapter half.
All right. In the beginning, there is formula. Actually,
the Bible starts similar to that.
Yeah, in the beginning, there was formula.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
Go on.
All right. Actually, there are several formulas. You start learning them in algebra and then keep going because you need them to pass your classes and eventually graduate. You memorize formulas to get through geometry, through science and SATs and APZ exams. You fill your brain with exponents and derivatives, wondering, when am I ever going to use this? And the answer for most people is probably never. But learn them you do, because the alternative is a lifetime of misery and poverty and unemployment. Learn them or you will not pass go. You will not collect $200. Your life, it seems, will be ruined in some strange, horrible, undefinable way. You imagine yourself on your deathbed, reaching out withered hand to future grandchildren, beckoning them closer, closer, to impart the wisdom you wish you had possessed in your youth before your life was derailed, misspent. If only your aged self says, I had remembered the quadratic reciprocity theorem, and then death. It goes on above more. But anyways, chapter 1.
Yeah, let's do it.
The morning I started to suspect that Mr. Pendleton's equation had some holes in it, I was late for school. Man, she's hung up on these equations.
Yeah, she is.
Mom and I were on our way to the metro. We share a car, and on the days I have stuff to do after school, I drop her off to take the train in Arlington.
Catch you later, Mom.
We're a well-oiled machine in the morning. To get both of us to where we need to be on time, we have to go out the front door by 7:10. This gives us 15 extra minutes of wiggle room in case we hit traffic or someone spills coffee on themselves and has to change again or whatever.
Don't leave anything out, Misha. Don't leave anything out.
Mom was driving, so I had time to eat a bagel before I had to switch seats at the station.
What
and
kind
with my
was
free
it?
hand, I was fiddling with the radio, bouncing back and forth between the morning news, which my mom wanted to listen to, and the music I was listening to during the commercials. I wasn't really 100% awake yet. I hope she was, because she was driving. And then there was a huge clunk followed by a rattle, rattle, rattle. And then my mother looked in the rearview mirror and said, holy crap. I turned and looked, and there were sparks coming from the back of the car.
What color were the sparks? How many were there?
Pull over. I
What
said
was
dropping
the
my
street
bagel.
like?
Pull over. We're on fire. I feel like we don't do books any favor by reading the first chapter.
Maybe not.
But also, the first sentence is so important.
It is so important.
Doesn't your
what was the first
doesn't
sentence
your
here?
wife, Hillary, Captain Marvel,
Yes.
often judge a book just by the first sentence?
Not just by it, but
Okay.
it's a good indicator.
Like she reads the first paragraph and is like, no, this isn't worth it.
She usually reads the first word
Uh-huh.
or the first sentence,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of the first chapter, and then dialogue.
Okay. And then
She's got a pretty strong track record
All right.
with sniffing out a good book. So
okay.
I'm sniffing something, but I don't think it's a good book. I don't.
Boy.
That's not.
Have you ever liked any books I brought? You
Yeah,
jerk.
I think so.
Happy B-Day.
Is it your B-Day?
No, it's your B-Day.
Oh my gosh. WTF?
What was I going to say? Listen,
I don't know.
I don't know if this book is necessarily for me, but I wouldn't hate having to read this right
Yeah,
now. The
you
writing
have to.
style is
You
interesting.
have to.
Oh, no.
It's required on your job.
So I like these like quirky slice of life young adult stories every now and
Yeah,
then.
but sometimes they're. I don't know. That just seems.
It's overly quirky for
It
you.
seems a little ham-fisted
Yeah.
with the quirk,
Yeah. What if somebody's hand was ham?
like a pig.
No. I mean, they just like, you know how cartoons always make
Yeah.
ham look?
Yeah.
That's their hands. So
Right.
they're always ham-fisted,
Yeah.
but it's like an actual ham. Are they going to
I
be
guess
good in
this
a
would
fight?
be like a Cartoon Network kind of a show.
Yeah.
It makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, it's called Ham-Fisted.
I don't like it.
All right.
Are you gonna read that book?
Do you like the cover? It's a cell phone on fire.
I kind of like the cover.
Yeah.
I kind of like the cover. It looks like
Yeah.
it reminds me of like The Dinner,
Mhm.
another like trendy adult fiction.
All right.
So yeah, I think the cover's on
Nick
point.
gives this a thumbs up,
Well-
which is a maybe.
I don't. Okay, Everything Under by Daisy Johnson. I do like this cover.
Isn't that the name of the character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I've definitely watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I can tell you that.
So, well, is it?
Gretel grew up on a houseboat with her mother. See, already I'm in.
Okay.
Living on a houseboat.
Yeah.
Gretel grew up on a houseboat with her mother, wandering the canals and speaking a private language of their own invention, until the day she disappeared and abandoned Gretel to foster care. Now, a lexicographer, Gretel has tried to move on, but an unexpected phone call brings the past rushing back. To find her mother, Gretel must face buried memories of a fateful winter when they sheltered a runaway boy and were stalked by an ominous creature lurking in the water. An electrifying reimagining of a classical myth, Everything Under explores fate and free will, gender fluidity, and fractured family relationships in a daring, entrancing story that will leave you unstrung.
Unstrung.
You like it?
Being strung is all I have.
Really?
Yeah.
No, this is not the book for you, then. This is not the book for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 1.
Uh-huh. I'm like a rag doll, man. You pull one of
the
the strings and I
black.
just collapse.
Beyond the Black Stump.
Okay.
The places we are born come back. They disguise themselves as migraines, stomach aches, insomnia. They're the way we sometimes wake falling, fumbling for the bedside lamp, certain everything we've built has gone in the night. We become strangers to the places we're born. They would not recognize us, but we will always recognize them. They are marrow to us. They are bred into us. If we were turned inside out, there would be maps cut into the wrong side of our skin, just so we could find our way back, except cut wrong side into my skin are not canals and train tracks and a boat, but always you.
Hey, you read the poetry section.
No, I don't think so.
Was it a paragraph?
It's a paragraph.
Yeah, that counts as that's the same thing as reading poetry.
But it has it's after chapter 1.
I don't know.
Fine. The cottage. It's hard, even now, to know where to start. For you, memory is not a line, but a series of baffling circles drawing in and then receding. At times, I come close to violence. If you were the woman you were 16 years ago, I think I could do it. Beat the truth clean out of you.
Snap.
Now it's not possible. You're too old to beat anything out of. The memories flash like broken wine glasses in the dark and then are gone. There is a degeneration at work. You forget where you have left your shoes and when they're on your feet. You look at me 5 or 6 times a day and ask who I am or tell me to get out, get out. You want to know how you got here in my house. I tell you over and over. You forgot your name or where the bathroom is. I start keeping clean underwear in the kitchen drawer with the cutlery. When I open the fridge, my laptop is in there, the phone, the television remote. You shout for me in the middle of the night, and when I come running, you ask what I'm doing there. You're not Gretel, you say. My daughter Gretel was wild and beautiful. You're not her. Some mornings you know exactly who we both are. You get out as many kitchen implements as you can fit on the counter and cook great breakfast feasts, 4 cloves of garlic and everything, as much cheese as possible. You order me around my own kitchen, tell me to do the washing up or cleaning the windows. The decay comes on these days slowly. You forget a pan on the stove and burn the pancakes. The sink overflows into the floor. A word becomes trapped in your mouth and you hack at it, trying and failing to spit it out. I run the bath for you, and we go hand in hand up the stairs. These are small moments of peace, almost unbearable. I like it.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Why?
You have a type.
I do?
It's bitterly sad, yet cynically uplifting.
Huh.
So, like an angry sad.
Like in a protagonist.
And writing style.
Okay.
Like, I hate my mom, but I have to take care of my mom.
Interesting.
And I'm going to find a man, but he's probably just as bad as everything else has been.
Huh.
You like that stuff?
Well,
yeah.
Whatever it is, I do like
Yeah.
the writing in this first book here, so maybe I'll give it a shot sometime.
Whining with wine.
I don't drink.
No, okay. So, yeah. All right, so you're going to read
Did
that.
you like it? Were you interested?
Yeah, it's fine. It reminds me of something I've read, but I can't figure it out. Oh, now I can. But it's not. Nobody's full. Nobody's fool. Nobody's Fool.
Nobody's Fool by Richard Russo.
I said Nobody's Full, which is usually when your Italian grandmother comes out with another chicken parm.
Nobody's full. Nobody's full. Eat.
Yeah.
This guy eats like a bird.
All right. What do I got?
I don't know.
Is that your impression of me? All right, I'm gonna bring the room down.
No, I think I could do
No,
better.
I'm gonna bring it down now.
Is this about like Nam or something?
Price of Duty by Todd Strasser. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be uplifting.
Yeah, maybe.
Cynically. It's the way you prefer.
Hey.
Jake Liddell is a war hero. The military is considering awarding him a Silver Star, a huge honor for any soldier, especially the son of a military family. Only he's questioning everything his family brought him up to believe. Now at home, recovering from the physical wounds, the memories of what he experienced over there haunt him. Meanwhile, he feels pressure from all sides. Some people want him to speak out against the military system he was brought up to honor and respect. Others, like his famous grandfather, are urging him to return to the battlefield to fight again. Jake was raised to believe that fighting for one's country was a moral obligation, but now that he's been seeing firsthand the human cost of war, he's no longer sure. Best-selling author Todd Strasser delivers a gripping and timely novel about the very real issues forced by young people caught in today's forever war and the price they pay. Not Joe Haldeman's Forever War.
Right. Different.
You know?
Different.
Today's youth just being sat at home reading the Forever War
Right.
every day, all day. So, all right, here we go. This is dedicated to the young men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Also, David Gale. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta... Aljahim. You were trained to be a soldier, not a hero. I mean, chapter 1. You were trained to be a soldier, not a hero. But sometimes the other thing happens. Boom. Crunk. Both sounds are unbelievably, painfully loud. Loud beyond imagining. Like your head being smashed between metal garbage can lids. So loud you can't believe you still have eardrums afterward. You have time to believe anything, but you don't. Oh, yeah, I said it right. There's no time. A moment ago, you were riding down a road in a Humvee. Now the vehicle is lying on its roof 40 feet off the road, and you're the only one left inside. Heavy munition fire, screams, shouts, and explosions join the loud ringing in your ears. Metallic plangs ricocheting off the Humvee. Thudding pocks when rounds slam into the bulletproof windows. Inside the vehicle, you're hanging upside down, restrained by your seat harness. Half a dozen burning points of pain are distributed among your body. Vision is a reddish blur. An IED headache has your brain in death grip. Something warm is running up your cheek and into your right eye. It's bright red. Someone nearby is screaming, "I'm hit, I'm hit." Someone further away is shouting, "Where's the trigger man? Find the trigger man." Brata, 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 plang, pock, zang, multiple weapons fire. It dawns on you that there's no trigger man. There are dozens. Boom, the Humvee is rocked by a blast of an RPG. More screams of pain. Where are my buddies?
It's pretty intense.
Yeah?
What do you think?
I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's why I bought it for the library.
Okay.
Because I'm interested. I think I'm interested by what point is going to be made at the end. Because I don't know. I'm interested to see. It seems like a book that's going to find some middle ground.
Okay.
And I do enjoy some
like a
middle
little
ground.
middle ground.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think the world could use a little bit more middle ground.
I don't like the cover.
Uh-huh.
I think like I like the imagery. But I feel like having it be a photograph makes it seem kind of, I don't know, like amateurish. I feel like if it was like an illustrated.
Well, it's very short. Has he written other stuff? Let's see. Can't go there from here. Give a boy a gun. Boot camp. If I grow up famous. And how I created my perfect prom date. Oh, which became the Fox feature film Drive Me Crazy
Oh.
with Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, so there you go.
I guess so.
What was I going to say? This book is 177 pages. That's an afternoon. I'll read it.
Sure is. You will?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
177 pages?
I want a full report on my desk.
Really?
Like
written out?
I'd be interested.
Like comparing this to the Thin Red Line?
Yeah, and Drive Me Crazy.
Okay, the three of them and how they interact with each other.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, this is my last pick.
Yeah.
So early adopters of the podcast will remember a time when Anthony Horowitz put out a James Bond book called Trigger Mortis.
Yeah.
Because we made fun of it for... we still make fun of it.
Yeah.
He's got a new
Did
one
you ever
out.
read it?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
He's got a new one out called Forever and a Day.
Yeah.
Based on the late 90s worship song. Just kidding. It's different.
I will love you
It's
forever.
Here's why I'm interested in this. First of all, I think it's a great cover.
Title?
It's a really good cover. I like the title, and with original material by Ian Fleming.
Ooh.
So it has some unpublished, basically there's a chapter in here that uses an unpublished Ian Fleming treatment.
What are the two? There's only two titles of Ian Fleming that they haven't used, right? James Bond in New York and...
The Hildebrand Rarity.
Okay.
Yep. 007 in New York is kind of a fun story.
Right.
I mean, they don't have to... they never actually adapt the story, but...
Right.
I
That's
guess
true.
what they did is they took something that he'd written for a failed TV show. There's going to be a James Bond TV show at one point. It never got made. So it's most likely from that, though it doesn't say expressly.
Was this supposed to be the black and white American one?
No, that was just a one-off thing. That was different.
Okay, what are you reading? The back?
Yes. Much of the chapter Russian Roulette is based on one of the outlines Ian Fleming wrote for an American television series, which in the end never happened. So there's a couple different things in here, and I don't know. I find that interesting that he's blending some actual Ian Fleming writing in here. I'm kind of on the fence about Ian Fleming writing. I think Casino Royale is a great book. I have none of the other James Bond stories that I've read by Fleming have lived up to that one.
Okay. JFK would punch you out right now.
JFK
if he
would.
was alive and in this room being interviewed on a podcast.
Yeah, he probably would.
So
punch me right in the face. Yep.
Yeah.
I'd just unbuckle his girdle and he'd fall right over. But Forever and a Day by Anthony Horowitz with original material by Sir Ian Fleming. Is he a sir? I don't know.
I'm on it.
Okay. A spy is dead. A legend is born. The sea keeps its secrets, but not this time. One body, 3 bullets. 007 floats in the waters of Marseille, killed by an unknown hand. It's time for a new agent to step up. Time for a new weapon in the war against organized crime. It's time for James Bond to earn his license to kill. This is the story of the birth of a legend in the brutal underworld of the French Riviera.
Ooh. Are these modern James Bond stories, or are these...
Actually, I don't know.
What's the word I want to use?
Like set in the 60s or whatever.
Yeah.
There was...
Period pieces.
Yeah, there was a series, I can't remember who it was now, but they did... The estate over the years has authorized different writers to do it. Raymond Benson, John Gardner. But there was one that they were actually published as Ian Fleming, like writing as Ian Fleming.
Okay.
And those did pick up, the time.
Okay.
This one I'm not so sure about.
From what I found, he is not a knight.
Okay.
So.
Chapter 1 of Forever and a Day.
Elton John is.
Killing by Numbers. So 007 is dead.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir, I'm afraid so.
Oh.
This is a different 007.
Oh, thank goodness.
M took a last fleeting look at the photograph that lay scattered across his desk that had been sent to him by General Andrea Tonin, his counterpart at the SDECE, or the Service de Documentation Exeter, et de Contre-Espionnage in Paris. They had been taken from different angles, but showed the same bleak image. A dead man, lying face down in dark, glistening water, his hands stretched out limply above his head as if one last futile attempt at surrender. The flashbulbs from the cameras had reflected back, producing balls of brilliant light that seemed to float on the surface. Eventually, the police had pulled him out and laid him on the quarry side so the closer picture could be taken of his face. His hands, the 3 holes in the breast of his jacket where the bullets had penetrated. He had dressed expensively, and remembered him sitting in his very office only a month ago, wearing the suit that had been made for him by the tailor he liked to visit, just off Savile Row. The suit had kept its shape, M reflected. It was the man who was lying there, dripping wet and lifeless, who had lost his. Look out. I'm going to go in and see if we can find a little bit with...
oh, that's cheating.
Sir Jimmy Bond. Okay.
I don't think.
Chapter 2.
No, he is knighted, isn't he?
Strawberry Moon. Sitting in the corner of a restaurant cotillion in the medieval district of Stockholm, stabbing at a bad filet mignon accompanied by a worse glass of Burgundy, James Bond thought about the man he had come to kill. Rolf Larsson had definitely had what it was called a good war. Starting as a handsome, courageous editor of a clandestine counter-propaganda newspaper, he had escaped from Norway in 1942, reaching England via Sweden. He had joined the famous Compagnie Linge, where he had received paramilitary and parachute training. This isn't really doing it for me. What about you?
Mm-hmm.
You liking it?
Not particularly.
Me neither. I would like a little James Bond dialogue. First day. Breakfast for James Bond was the one meal of the day that he considered to be indispensable. Lunch was a pleasure, dinner often a celebration, but breakfast had the seriousness and the solemnity of a ritual, a time when he could sit back and contemplate the day ahead. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeesh.
I don't like it. It doesn't feel James Bondy to me.
Today.
Did you like it?
No.
Yeah.
See, I like the cover.
I like the cover too. I wanted to like this.
Yeah. From what I found, he's not knighted, but
Ian
Gladys.
Fleming.
No, I mean Anne Fleming's not knighted, but neither is James Bond.
James Bond.
Gladys Knight comes up when you type in is James Bond a knight?
True.
For License to Kill.
Yeah.
Wait, James Bond to be knighted by Queen for Olympics. Did that actually happen?
Oh yeah, that did. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, does
Sure.
that count?
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
But she's knighting like the concept of
It's
James
as
Bond.
real as
then.
anything.
That's true.
So why not?
Huh, sure.
I mean, eventually I will get to this manuscript for murder.
Right.
I was hoping to like this,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't.
Maybe you just need to give it a little bit more.
I don't think so.
You've given it forever. Can you just give it a day?
That's fair.
Okay.
And I did like this other one. I did like Everything Under.
Yeah, you did.
I'll probably get to that at some point. What about you?
Yeah. Somebody's like trying to scrub out the wine stains of their white rug, but really they're trying to scrub out the memories of their mother.
Mm-hmm.
So when it gets under their fingertips,
right,
and they're scrubbing their hands before you know it, their
Jot
hands
this
are
down. This is great. Roger,
right.
Roger, can you take notes on this?
Yeah, Roger Moore.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Fancy that. He's dead.
Oh,
rest in peace, Roger Moore. He still is my favorite James Bond.
Yeah,
Roger Moore.
Got real sad all of a sudden
Because of Roger Moore.
Yeah,
it's been a couple years, but yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. What were you asking me?
I just want to know your breakdown here of the three you got.
Which ones do I? Okay, I will probably read Price of Duty.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't fight somebody if they'd made me read. We regret to inform you. Neverworld. What is it? Neverworld Wake.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a little.
Yeah. A little on the bad side.
Maybe it's great.
Maybe great.
once they get to the part where Splinter is a time or time is splintered, they'll be like, then it will just blow your mind. Yeah.
Splinters of Time, decent title in itself.
Would you say your socks still on? None of these books have totally rocked your socks.
No, I don't think rocking socks is an expression, but no, even if it was, none of my socks have rocked.
That book rocked my socks.
Rocked your socks off, I think.
I don't know if they're supposed to stay on or not.
Huh.
Like, if you're sitting on a rocking chair, it's not a good rocking chair.
Nothing was rocking. Nothing was socking.
Okay.
These books were fine.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
You want to switch to some library news?
Yeah.
We've got Dr. William Paquette coming on the 29th of November at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. Yeah. He's written a book about the Pink House. He's got some great images. So a lot of good Wellsville and some library history.
Anything you can say about the Pink House for people who have no idea what we're talking about?
The Pink House is an iconic house here in Wellsville, New York, painted a very secret color of pink to which the formula is not known outside of the owners of the Pink House. It's basically stayed untouched. Going inside is like visiting a museum. It's a pretty unique place.
Yeah.
A lot of curiosity about it. So the book sheds some light on that.
Listen, I never think about the Pink House, but I did hear some of my teens talking like prior to Halloween.
Yeah.
They're like, it's haunted. And even the teens in town are still like, oh, don't go to the Pink House. Yeah. It's haunted.
Yeah.
So there's a Sandlot situation happening at the Pink House weekly, I assume.
Interesting. Could be.
So
could be.
Okay.
So that's coming up. We've got the Nutcracker coming up the weekend of December 7th, whatever that is. Friday night at 7 o'clock, and then Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock matinees. Then we got movies. We've got Christmas book clubs. We're currently reading Santa Claus by Rita Mae Brown.
Meow.
And me and Mr. Dickens and His Carol by Samantha Silva, which we featured last year on the podcast. So we can limited copies of Dickens. So if you want that one, get in here and get it quick. But please join us for the Christmas book clubs. What about you, Eric? What do you got?
November 30th, we're showing Alpha at 3:30 p.m. Friday at 3:30, November 30th. Alpha, the boy and his dog story. It's about the first dog.
The world's first dog.
Yeah. No, never mind. We didn't show that. What else? We got the Nutcracker.
Yep, I said that one.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, well, I was going to say that one.
Okay.
Also, we're doing our 1,000 books before kindergarten
Program.
now. Program. So
Sign
you can
up.
come in, you can sign up, you can get once you've read 100 books, you get your name on the caterpillar, the very hungry caterpillar.
It's cool.
He's hungry for knowledge this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I said that last week.
Maybe.
Shoot. It's a good one, though.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we close up shop, since you made fun of Jessica Fletcher for not knowing what a USB is,
okay.
I just want to know if you know what USB stands for.
Stands for?
Yeah.
It stands for It's a uni. Uni.
Would you like me to tell you?
No, I can do this. Unilaterally. No, I can't.
Universal Serial Bus.
Oh, you know what?
Based on the
I know
port.
it's USB, but in my head it was UBS.
Huh. No, UBS.
Ah. All right.
And on that delightful note, that's going to do it for the All the Book Show. We'll see you next week, folks. Anything you want to say to our friends on the stream?
No, you guys can come watch me play Jurassic World. I played it for 6 hours yesterday.
Were you streaming the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
I lost all time. Usually
Wow.
I've learned to pick up on my own habits to when to end a stream if I've gone too long, because I stop talking and I'm just staring at the screen and I make sounds like, oh, yeah, Triceratops. Okay. And that's when I'm like, oh, I should get off. But also, it was 7 o'clock, so I don't know what happened to me. But seriously, I just couldn't stop building dinosaurs. But I'm on an island where it's being attacked by weather every now and then.
Yeah.
And every freaking time a storm hits that island, my 4 Velociraptor decide that is the time they're going to test the power of the fence.
Okay.
And then I got Velociraptor loose on my island, and I have to click and send out my my ACU
Wow.
to get them. And I have lost a few people. Actually, it was really sad. The Velociraptor jumped, got tranquilized, but still jumped and killed the guy before the stuff happened. So I was like, I'm sorry. Also, in this game, everybody's there voice acting. You got Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
You got Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
You got B.D. Wong.
Vince Vaughn?
No.
Oh.
But you have a Chris Pratt imitator who's doing a real bad imitation of Chris Pratt. So
Jeff Goldblum would do it, but Chris Pratt was like, nah.
yeah, I guess he's too good for it.
Nah.
Jeff Goldblum is killing it every time a character is like, hey, we need to be careful because these dinosaurs are dangerous. He's like, I like this guy. He's he's got a good head on his shoulders. Like, also, we should try making the dinosaurs fight to test the systems. He's like, I take back everything I said about this guy. So he's fun.
That is fun.
I like to imagine Jeff Goldblum just in there, in a sound booth by himself, just reading this stuff. And do you want context for this? He's like, no, I'll figure it out. So
the Lego Jurassic World movie that I was telling you about, called The Secret Exhibit, airs on NBC on November 29th at 8 o'clock.
That's fun.
So
wow,
can check it
prime
out.
time.
Yeah.
On NBC?
Big deal.
Yeah, this
Big
better be
deal.
good.
You
All
haven't watched the other one, right?
Yeah? No.
But it's like an original story, isn't it? It's
I
not
think it's
just
the
the
game.
movie. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, the game is just the movie.
Yeah, but
Like
I
Lego
think this
Farm.
is original.
All right, I'm going to watch it tonight.
Okay. All right.
That's
Anything else before we
No,
close
that's
it
it.
up? All right. Take us out.
Boom.